The market here in crypto is reaching escape velocity as Bitcoin has just flashed a signal that could bring us as high as $250,000 BTC. In the process, what's going to happen undoubtedly is that the altcoins are going to melt your face off with gains. So today I'm going to be walking you through the bullish momentum factors here that are setting us on a course for absolutely ridiculous gains. More importantly, I'm going to show you exactly the coins and the timings of my strategy of how I'm going to move around from one section of the market to another. Make sure you smash that like button because today is going to be packed with value. You're not going to want to miss a second of it. Make sure you have that bell notification on, or else you'll miss important and timely calls that can get you into the next 10, 50, or 100x project. And once again, the words from Little Birds are saying that not just one, but multiple Bitcoin ETFs are stilted for approval this month. What sounded like absolutely ridiculous speculation just days ago is starting to be global FOMO. People are salivating over this news. And if you don't realize how big this is, you're not paying attention. First, it's going to be futures, like we've been telling you for weeks on this channel, and it was going to happen this exact week. This isn't supposition. This is incredibly high quality information from people in the industry that know what they're talking about, insiders here. And that's why I'm trying to give you this information first so you can get ahead of these trends. That's why once this news started coming out and we started seeing dumps in the market, I was telling you this is psyops. I was telling you this is whales trying to shake you out of your coins with yet another FUD-fueled crash. For those of you who didn't fall for it, congratulations. We are now headed to the promised land because guess what? We now have Valkyrie updating their Bitcoin futures ETF prospectus, which typically only happens when the ducks are in a row and ready for launch. Now, of course, he says typically here. He says they've added their ticker, BTF, although no fee still. He says you can't say this is a done deal type evidence, but good sign in my opinion. This is Eric Balkunas, who's the senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg and a dad, so he knows what he's talking about here. He says here, people keep asking me what I'm looking for first to confirm SEC approval, and it's these types of updated prospectus filings. That's what happens right before a launch. They fill in all the X's and add ticker. That said, this is Bitcoin. So who the F knows for sure? So just understand, this is exactly the prelude to a Bitcoin ETF. We know that Gary Gensler is in favor of an ETF. We know that this is extremely confusing to people because of the tone and rhetoric coming out of the SEC over the last few months. But I've told you guys, this is not a black and white game anymore. There are shades of gray, and you need to be paying attention to those shades of gray because there's going to be a long road between now and when we see a total sort of perfect clarity on this industry. It's so new. There's so much at stake, and so there won't be any rushes for any kind of clear guidance for a while. That's going to leave a ton of mental warfare on the table, but one thing we know for sure is that Bitcoin ETF is way, way, way overdue, years overdue, and it will be the thing that makes it clear that at least this asset in the sea of crypto assets is for sure on terra firma, firm ground here in the eyes of the regulators. Now, looking at Bitcoin right now, essentially it has $1 trillion market cap. It's estimated that upwards of $10 trillion will be brought in by a Bitcoin ETF in the United States. And so knowing that there's a crazy multiplicative effect on Bitcoin's market cap for every new dollar of real cap, let's just say that it's a 2x for every dollar. It's more like 20. But let's just say that Bitcoin works its way up to the $1 trillion market cap. Well, we know that Bitcoin dominance is slowly going down as well. So if we see Bitcoin dominance in the 25% dominance ratio here at a maybe $20 trillion market cap over the next 10 years, well, that looks like we'll be looking at an $80 trillion global crypto market cap. I would guess closer to 100. But the reality is that we're seeing that this is so early and that this month is going to be a major catalyst. So if you don't have your bets allocated already, you're missing out and you're going to be trailing and chasing one of the biggest trends instead of getting ahead of it, like we've been trying to help you do on this channel since 2018. The playbook here for the end of year is simple. Bitcoin ETF, Polkadot crowd loans, Coinbase NFT. These are the three massive changes to the ecosystem that will bring floods and floods of opportunities. Obviously, Coinbase NFT will gig ascend those blue chip NFT projects. I still think Mutant Apes might be one of those sort of sweet spots of a blue chip companion NFT that is more affordable. Again, I think the top art projects like Art Blocks will absolutely crush it. We're just going to have to see what comes out with Coinbase's new platform because over 1.5 million people have registered for Coinbase NFT in the last 72 hours or whatever, however long it's been out. And it is absolutely insane how many new wallets will come into this industry, knowing that really, we've only had probably 250,000, 500,000 people playing around in NFTs up to date. So we're at least going to double the amount of people in NFTs, if not maybe 3x. I'm assuming a lot of NFT heads like me signed up for Coinbase's waitlist. By the way, if you're not yet signed up for Coinbase's waitlist, please use my link. It's at the top of the description for this video. It's important that you do this because then it will move my name up the list and I can get to demo this as fast as possible and tell you what I think is exactly going to happen, give you the alpha leak as soon as possible. So if you haven't yet signed up, please use my link. It doesn't benefit me financially in any way, just allows me earlier access so that I can actually get in and touch this stuff first. Now, I want to reiterate that in prior bull cycles, we actually had, about 6 months or so of, non-blue dots here as measured by Bitcoin's relationship to the 200-day moving average. This shows how sort of overextended the price is. And according to Bitcoin Archive, the Bitcoin bull market is just chilling. The party starts when the 200-day moving average turns green/yellow, then orange/red. So we haven't even gotten to these really overextended stages yet. We started to get there a little bit earlier in the year, and then we pulled back insanely so. So we've pretty much reset the jets here, and we are not overextended. So this is how you know that there is a ton more in the tank. We just saw Crown's TA earlier this morning showing that there's a 300% move based on the indicator that's just flashed. This is huge, huge stuff here, showing that with the fundamentals of an ETF, the sky is really the limit here, and allocating to the best projects is where you're going to crush. So what are those projects? We're going to go over it right now. So the things that are jumping off the page to me right now, as we know, normie waves are going to FOMO in. They're going to be doing things like meme coins. They're going to be doing things like layer ones. We know that those are the easy bets. So obviously meme coins and layer ones, if you want to play in either of those, go for it. Now, obviously I'm more fixated on DeFi. Obviously we see RGT, which we introduced here at about $4 on the channel, here having a massive growth spurt. And I think layer 2 DeFi will be an interesting place to get involved. Obviously we gave you Abracadabra Money's Spell token just a few weeks ago, and there's a ton more excitement with that project. But it's impossible to ignore the glaring growth of Axie Infinity's AXS token. They are absolutely crushing it with new and improved tokenomics. And so as Axie moves, so too does the play to earn gaming ecosystems. And so play to earn gaming tokens are going to absolutely crush it. I'm going to be covering the most in-depth and important gaming projects and play to earn projects in the entire ecosystem. So if you guys want to get ahead of what I think is a generational trend, then all you have to do is subscribe with that bell notification on. But this is my hint to you because I'm going to be dropping some major videos on these play to earn coins. And trust me, you want to get there first. So I'm outlining for you the keys to the kingdom here. Projects with awesome discords, social followings, and gameplay visible will absolutely crush. Bring them to the front if they have not just a gameplay teaser, but actual gameplay that you can touch and feel that's fun. Those are going to be really important projects. So that's the keys. I'm going to be covering them across Solana, across Ethereum layer 2 like Immutable X, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, you name it. Wherever the chain is, what matters is how good the game is. Remember, Axie's on its own blockchain, so it doesn't matter what chain it's on. And what matters is the quality of the game and the tokenomics and the community. So I'm going to be going through and I'm going to be showing you how play to earn gaming and gaming on the blockchain in general is probably going to be the biggest millionaire maker over the next 10 years. So make sure you have that bell notification on. You're not going to want to miss an episode. And if you think you're ahead of the class, get there before I cover it, and you will definitely benefit from the community that we help grow there. Well, there you have it, a Bitcoin ETF. We have Polkadot crowd loans, and we have even more bullishness out of Axie Infinity and the DeFi sector. We know that altcoins are about ready to pop. And just know that I also believe that NFTs will make their own run here. It's hard to exactly predict how NFTs will interplay with the altcoins. I do think that from October, late October towards November, you're going to see a lot more sort of noise and attention focused on fungible tokens. But then NFTs on Coinbase is going to come out, let's just say in December, and I believe a late run out of NFTs will come as well. And it will be an incredibly powerful rotation through these assets that we see over and over again. But remember, the early NFTs in these ecosystems will possess astronomical growth potential. And of course, the ecosystems for gaming tokens are ones that I think are potentially some of the biggest opportunities of this decade. You heard it here on this channel first. We've been talking about this trend since 2018, and it is so beautiful to see it blossoming right in front of our eyes. With that said, if you guys got some value out of this episode, smash that like button. Remember, each and every comment on this video is entered to win your own hardware wallet. As always, you can find me on Twitter at EllioTrades. The link is in the description, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.